Welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 reaction with Episode 8 titled Tokyo Colony No.1 Part 2. It's been like 2 weeks since we got the last episodes because for some reason they went on a break in the middle of it. But the last time we did get to see Megumi and Yuji start to go against some of the people within the colony and fight to stay alive. Now they're going to go look for some people and we're going to see what happens and which one actually runs into them because they both got sent to completely different areas inside this colony. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next and what kind of cool moments we're going to get. So, with that, let's jump into this reaction. But don't forget to stick around to the end where we review and break down the episode as well. Okay, in Japan, 99.9... Oh, I wasn't done reading that show. In Japan, 99.9% of criminal trials end in the guilty verdict. Oh, damn, okay. What are we getting into? I know we're supposed to be meeting HIGURUMA, so I'm curious to seeing what they're going to be doing. Oh, if they take me now, my cat's gonna die. We don't want the cat to die. Oh, two people in the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, damn. Just because people were fatally stabbed in their home? Uh-huh. Oh. Was this guy actually the murderer, or was he framed? And the cat's hiding. Poor cat. He was a victim of wrongful questioning because of acquaintance was using drugs, so he didn't trust the police. Great question. People who find stuff like that aren't thinking about being found guilty. They're like, oh shit, there's a bloody knife. Why is this here? They didn't pay him a wage. Oh, okay. So the guy was just, working for food? That's kind of shitty. Wow. The rules say we can't call any cops or ambulances because they bother the neighbors, so it sounds like someone framed him and knew he wouldn't call the cops. That's what I'm getting here. Oh, it's close to being outright illegal? Yeah, that makes sense. Could you take care of his cat too? Hey, at least he's thinking about the cat. That's all that's important here. I want to know what's going on right now. Like, oh, I see. I was like, why are we following this guy? But it's HIGURUMA. Okay, that makes sense. So this dude was a lawyer. They just had to give us a little backstory about who this guy is before Yuji or Megumi go to meet him. There's a limit to what lawyers can do, but this guy seems like a good guy trying to help prove people's innocence, even if it doesn't seem like that he can. Even understands why they're lashing out. He seems like a good guy. What is he doing in the Culling games? Let me guess. Guilty. Oh, innocent. Oh. I was fully expecting them to say guilty. They'll appeal right away. Feels like it's just an endless journey for him. Like, he wins, appeal. They win, appeal. Oh, they're the same person in MPO that went missing right after the crime. Yeah, that seems like suspicion right there. You know, the guy might have killed them and left, just saying. Aww. Yeah, he seems like a general good guy. So what's going on in the Culling games? Why do you feel like it's gonna be a bad thing? Guilty life sentence. Oh God, seriously? Yeah, digging up evidence. Why do I feel like it was planted evidence that they found? Or like, we're gonna find him guilty no matter what. They didn't do any new. The judge recognized their absurd claim. There's no reason to suspect the missing person of the crime. Are you kidding me? Why would someone be missing then if they're the ones that... Like, what? I feel like this is a corruption case. He should have been innocent. Oh, this is probably what made him crack. Yeah. His mental state was probably going downhill from losing so much and not being able to protect the innocent people who were actually innocent. I want to keep my eyes open at least. You know, he's trying to see the good in people, but after losing this one, who they won at first, it probably broke him, especially with the way the guy was looking at him afterwards. Because he's a broken man now. Yeah, this made him snap right here. Oh, we got some curses coming in. Oh, shit. We're having a retrial. Ah, I see. So his curse technique came out, and it looks like it has to do with, you know, good and bad, like weighing the scales. Premium my next sucker. Okay, so Megumi is heading to this guy who does not know what Megumi is. Megumi will throw hands and mess some shit up, so he's not ready. We're getting another flashback of this dude. Yeah. Bro, just watching this guy get bullied. Yeah, so this guy's like, you just gotta match their vibe, then you won't get in trouble. Or, well, you won't get beaten up anyways. Here comes another idiot. Ah, it's Yuji! Bro's just throwing hands! Okay, so this guy is from Yuji's past as well. Bro, I love how the Yuji just comes in and just fucking one-shots him and knocks him out. Like, he's not playing around. He does not like people getting bullied. He's a good guy, and he will mess you up because he's freakishly strong. Get messed up. Me? Oh, that's Rin. What am I talking about? For some reason, I thought it was the other guy who's going to, that we saw, but it makes sense that it's Rin. For a second, I forgot what he looked like because it's been like 2 weeks. Yuji's so trusting. He's like, thanks, man. You're a lot of help. Yeah, well, Helicopter Head was kind of weak, so of course he got his ass beat. Yuji, I beat him too. Oh. Sorry, but I'm Reggie. What the hell is what's he wearing? She deceived you, yeah. Megumi is not happy. Don't give me that look. Ooh, bringing out the wolves. I really don't know who they're messing with. They think Megumi's just a sucker, but Megumi's gonna kick some ass. And based on where we are on the episode, we're either gonna get a little bit of it, or we're not gonna get any of that fight. But maybe we'll get some of Yuji's. Yo, what? Higuruma's just sitting in a bathtub in the middle of a theater? Okay. Feels better than I expected. I would hate that. I don't like sitting in wet clothes. Talking to me will incur a constellation fee. Of course. Oh, no, he's kidding. Funny joke. But honestly, people do that, so I wouldn't put it past them. There's a modern sorcerer whose technique was activated. You think so, Yuji, but not necessarily. Yo, this chick is not expecting Reggie to like Megumi, but I also feel like it's a whole ploy because they don't know who Megumi is. They don't know what he knows about the Culling Game. They think he's just a regular dude. And Megumi's gonna mess with them too to get more information. Yeah, you probably should, Megumi. Ooh, a sorcerer connected to Kenjaku. Yuji's trying to reason with him, but something happened to him that he's not going to want to do it. Yeah, he refuses. Potential in the Culling Game. Sometimes the law is powerless. If the power I've been granted is... Ooh, the rules must be too. Kashima and Higuruma, who are much stronger than the rest. There's probably one of them in each colony. Megumi kind of put it together. It's been too quiet as the weak has been taken out. Only the strong survive. Ooh, early second awakening. And then others just flop dead. Yeah, look, if Yuji wasn't built differently, he would have splattered on the ground as well. I won't do for it to end soon. I'd especially love to witness the stripping of a technique mentioned in Rule 2 and 8 at least. Oh. Every person will die. Oh, they don't believe him. They don't believe him. Yuji, I don't get it either. Let me use your 100 points. Ooh. Yuji's ready to throw hands. Okay, let's see what Yuji's got up. So we got... Oh, we got the gavel and everything. What? Broken already used domain expansion. Deadly sentencing. Oh, shit. Yeah, we ain't getting the fight this episode, but next week's episode, damn, we're gonna get 2 fights probably. Okay. What are you doing, Kenjaku? Oh, we got a whole freaking council going on. What's happening? Is he legitimately dropping a bomb? Like, are we nuking the area? Thank you for inviting me here. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, indeed. I feel like that's probably the, what? The association that deals with all the sorcerer rules and all that stuff. But, okay. That episode just felt like backstory and, like, setting up for what's to come. But that's okay, because it had some amazing animation like every episode of JJK has. So, still a cool episode. It's introducing some interesting concepts. Mostly with, like, Reggie got his power from Kenjaku. You know, he's got stuff going on. He thinks Culling Games are something else. Then you got Yuji meeting Higuruma, who was actually a decent person until he snapped. So, very curious to see what they're going to be doing with these characters as we go into the next episode. And I feel like the next episode is probably just going to be called Part 3. I mean, that makes sense based on how we're doing things right now. But we will see. Cool episode. Little slow to start, but it's definitely leading into something exciting next week. With just the amount of explaining they've been doing in the Culling Games is absolutely insane. I'm looking forward to just kind of getting into it now. But with that, if you like this reaction, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. And you get to stay up to date with all my other anime reactions, my Marvel and DC stuff, And in a few weeks, if you like Daredevil Born Again, I will be covering that, so stay tuned. And then with that, let's jump into the review breakdown part of this video. So I will say, I think this episode did a good job at showing us how good people can turn bad when we follow HIGURUMA, because his whole point of his story for the first half of this episode was to teach us that this guy was a good person. He defended innocence. When he believed someone was innocent, he would put in his all to protect them and try to help them so that they wouldn't go to jail and be found guilty. But over and over and over again, he failed. People were found guilty, probably by the stupidest stuff. Especially when we see Oi get marked as guilty, it's just because the one guy who disappeared, how could he be guilty? Because he left. It's like, you don't think that the one guy who was in the area, who literally skipped town, could be the murderer? Like, it only makes sense that the guy would be the murderer. But they wanted to have someone to blame so they could have a success rate in having a guilty trial, which is absolutely crazy. But it shows how much work HIGURUMA was putting into everything, like how much he was trying to help these people over and over again. When he failed, he would get the looks of them not trusting him anymore and berating him and going after him because he wasn't able to help them, even though he promised he would, showing that it took a mental toll on him. And all up until Oi, he was able to handle it. But after that one, after he did everything to help this guy, took care of his cat, did everything to have all the evidence he needed to show this guy is actually innocent, and still fail because of the stupid court ruling, and having Oi look at him in that disgusting look to be like, you failed me, I don't like you, I don't trust you, it broke him. And that's what unlocked his curse technique and how he became someone who is a powerful curse user. Especially with the fact that he has a domain expansion called Death Sentencing, where he has Shikigami, he's balancing the scales, and like, he's going after people to take them down. That's probably where his kind of like moral sense of judgment was also cracked and broken, because everything he had been through, he didn't see the system as working anymore. It's flawed, and he wanted another way of doing things, where the Culling Game have kind of given him a way to do that, where you do have a bunch of shitty people who do get sorcerer powers, and he's taking out these people who are definitely not good. Some of them probably are, and he has to judge them, so maybe some survive, some don't, but the ones that are evil and are truly bad, he's just killing them and taking them out, and that's why he's gained so many points. And the fact that this dude is using a domain expansion, which I don't even think we've seen a domain expansion in a hot minute, so it is great to see, you know, something that Yuji's gonna have to go against now, that he has to go and face this guy, who at first, you know, he tries to reason with, thinking he's a modern-day sorcerer, he's gonna listen, but this guy is so twisted and has been changed that he's not gonna do it. So Yuji's got to throw hands to take those 100 points. I feel like we're going to get a cool episode next week when we get to see Yuji versus him and seeing what he's going to get up to. Especially because also HIGURUMA doesn't believe that the Culling Game is a ritual. They think something else is going on. And we kind of see that through Reggie as well, who's talking about how Kenjaku's going to be dropping a bomb on the Culling Games. Like, he's going to do something that's going to shock everyone. So it's definitely showing that maybe the Culling Games isn't exactly what everyone thinks it's going to be. And it's teasing what's to come in like some big shocking moment. I feel like that's just a little hint here to show, hey, it's not as all as it seems. And we are getting something that's going to, you know, come out of nowhere and shock all of us. Plus, on top of it, I knew Megumi or Yuji, one of the two, were going to get led into a trap. So, of course, Megumi does. And I love when he meets Reggie. He's just ready to throw hands. He knows he's been lied to, but these guys do not know who Megumi is. And Megumi is a strong character, and he's not willing to just drop and beg for his life. No, but he's going to throw hands and take anyone down. He's going to try to threaten him. So I do like how they kind of showed that there. And then Reggie acknowledges his strength, knowing that Megumi is strong and probably doesn't want to fight him, knowing that he probably would lose. And instead, we get the whole moment of him talking about how he got his powers from Kenjaku, how the Culling Games are something else, and how they're just kind of setting us up for what's to come next. And now Megumi is probably going to have to either work with them, go against them, get some points, because he did say he will take people out if he needs to, because he's not Yuji. He's not afraid to get the points himself by taking out some other sorcerers. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. Plus, we do get to see Kenjaku at the end there, and I do feel like he's going to like this Jujutsu Sorcerer Association, whichever ones, I can't remember the name of, that are the ones that go and set all the rules, because it just feels like you got this like kind of Illuminati setting when you have them all around this table and Kenjaku's walking in. It just feels like what's coming, and I'm very curious to see what he's going to end up doing there. Is he going to take them all out? Is he going to try to negotiate with them? Like, what's going to go down next? But it is exciting. This episode, you know, set up some things, but I feel like it wasn't as like, oh my god, what's happening as in the last few, but I am excited to see what's going to happen next. I felt like a lot of this stuff was going to be fighting because it's called the Culling Games, but I feel like that might be the later half of the season and then the next part of the core that comes out later. But we will see. Still exciting nonetheless. Fantastic animation, and I'm just curious to see what's going to happen next. But let me know, what do you think of this week's episode? What do you think of how the backstory was shown and the stuff we got during it? Do you have any theories? Again, please no manga spoilers in the comments because we're watching the anime. Leave the manga out of it. until we pass that point and if they changed anything. But if we're not at a certain point yet, do not talk about what's in the future. That's only like, I feel like that's common, like anime reaction rules. Don't talk about the manga in the sense of future stuff. But with that, I think, thanks again for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. Helps out the channel a lot, and you get to stay up to date with all my videos, and you get to come back and talk about more Jujutsu Kaisen and other shows. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next week for the next episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3.